Okay, here we are in the lab again, and I just wanted to do a quick video to show what I do behind the scenes every day, because I'm working in the lab every day. You just see videos once a week, once a month, whatever, whenever I can get them out of a narrow facet of the project. So, like for instance, this weekend, well, every day pretty much, we got MainBrain here. And MainBrain's firmware, which is written in the C language, has to get continually built and refined and tested. And that has to go work with the Windows app over the USB. And the Windows app is written in C++. So those two things have to work together, and they have to work good or the lab work looks bad, right? So then we have the website. So everything is documented on the website. You can download the project files. You can get the Gerbers. You can have the boards. You can create, have your own boards made. That way I don't have to like make boards and try to sell them if somebody wants them, and I don't have time for that, and maybe nobody wants them, and who cares, right? So you can, if you want to make MainBrain, you can download the board and send it off to the PCB shop and get your own boards. So and with PCBWay, it cost me like 40 bucks. It takes like 4 or 5 days. And then, so uh, everything is documented on the website. All right. So then we have the latest revision of the motion board. So I have to solder the parts on there, and I'm just doing the front end right now. This is all the parts on there right now is all I need, and I'm going to test the front end. This is the first time, the first motion board revision that has the new front end that allows multiple boards to be on the bus at the same time. And and that has to get the firmware for that has to get written, the device driver stuff. And then we have like these things. So I 3D printed these so that we can set the board on top. They go on here like this, so they can hold the board, right? And keep it off the table and a little bit easier. And it's a standard height for the microscope, so you just put a board on, you don't have to refocus. And so then we have parts, lots of parts, all kinds of parts everywhere, and they have to get inventoried. And then they have to get put in the bags. So then we get, once they're in the bags, they go into a box. So each board has its own box. And at the same time, we have parts coming in from DigiKey. And so they have to be taken out of their bags, put in my bags, and relabeled. And then they have to go into the database. And on the website, there's a SQL database, and that has to be written in PHP to access SQL. And so that updates, I have to go in and update the parts, how many parts I have, so I can keep track. And if sometimes you'll say, oh, this part could be better if I put this part and replace it. So it has to be taken out of the database, a new part put in the database. And it's just a never ending thing day to day. And then there's the machine shop stuff. There's the machine shop I have out back. And so some of these things like this is an older MainBrain with the old resistive touch display that I discontinued using that. I didn't like it too much. But you see these standoffs right here. So these standoffs I usually use aluminum, but I got frisky this time. And we're making them out. I made 4 of them out of 316 stainless. My focus isn't working too good. There we go. And so that's done on the lathe, and you get the hole in there. And then I put it in the drill like that. And then we got this. And this is a spiral fluted tap. And so we're going to put 3mm threads in there so that we can screw it to MainBrain. And that is pretty much what I do every day in the lab.